Guys of a Certain Age is brought to you by no one. Absolutely no one. Except these dudes walking down memory lane. Now let's head to the studio to see what they misremember next.
We're another year older, but not necessarily another year wiser. It's Guys of a Certain Age. Robbie Copeland's in studio alongside
Art Shirley
and Jay Reed.
Or are you guys wiser?
Oh, yeah.
I think there's probably a little bit of wisdom.
A little bit of wisdom.
Accumulated over time.
Really?
I might not be
when
able
did
to
that start?
it, but
when did that
it's in
start?
there.
No regurgitation, please.
Please, no regurgitation or laughter. So, any repercussions from your wives about the episode?
No. Not like they've listened to it.
No. I think Melissa may have. I can't remember.
Did she?
I think she
We
did.
probably should have listened to it on the drive as we were traveling to and from Nashville.
Yeah, I'll probably listen to it later. I haven't listened to it either. I'm kind of nervous.
Are you?
Even though I was there for it.
Yeah. I mean, I could pull down the file and censor anything you want me to say. No, I'm not going to do that.
I think we're good on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to play that.
Yeah. So, shout out to new listener J.D. Sandifer. So, I was at...
It's a J.D. Salinger.
Yeah. And J.D. Salinger's dead,
He's
right?
no longer with us.
He was Nixon's press secretary, right?
What?
Yeah. I think J.D. Salinger was Nixon's press secretary, wasn't he? I think... Let me look and see. I could be completely wrong. There was another Salinger that was Nixon's press secretary. No, J.D. Salinger was catcher in the ride.
That's
There was
what I was thinking.
Pierre Salinger was Nixon's
okay.
press secretary. Yeah, Salinger, whoever. So, anyway, so I was at Bell's Building Supply seeing our good friend Wes Shelton, often guest on the show, and he said his buddy J.D. Sandiford had reached out to him and said, hey, there's these guys in Starkville. He lives like in Carthage or somewhere like that, doing this podcast. Do you know about it? So, J.D. found Guys of a Certain Age somehow, some way. So, hello, J.D.
Wow.
Yeah, J.D.
Exciting.
We went to 6 listeners.
Yeah.
Maybe 7, who knows?
Maybe he's the guy I saw at the North Carolina State Fair who saw me in the T-shirt.
Probably not.
I did not get stopped in the airport or anything.
Did you wear it?
Did you wear a shirt?
No, I didn't. Maybe that's why.
That's probably why.
I would have been stopped by security, by TSA. Sorry.
Yeah. I almost wore mine to New Orleans, but it's a thick cotton shirt.
It is.
And it was blooming hot this weekend.
It's a winter weight.
Well, that's over.
Yeah.
For the moment. Anyway.
Yeah, it is. So, but anyway, let's jump into some Geeks of the Week for the new year.
Jay, do you want to go first?
Are we starting a new tradition? Go ahead, Art.
Okay, thanks, Jay. I will.
I will defer.
Okay.
He's deferring to the second half.
Mm-hmm. Jason Momoa, who is best known for singing in internet commercials, I'm sure. But
and also Aquaman.
And played Aquaman, possibly. Yeah. Anyway, he is now officially joining the DCU.
He graduated from the DCEU,
where he played Aquaman as mission.
Instead
and now he's going to play Lobo, which is a character that I think he's much more suited for. I thought he did a great job as Aquaman. I thought he was kind of a fun Aquaman.
So instead of buying a vowel, he sold a vowel.
He sold a vowel.
Yeah, and now he is
Lobo.
And he's been kind of gunning for this role for a while.
He was trying to get Lobo even before he was cast as Aquaman. I mean, he had Instagram posts that said, if they ever do Lobo, I'd like to talk to him about
I think he would be a great Lobo.
And he's going to first appear as Lobo in Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, which I think is starting to shoot. Principal photography starts
soon.
Maybe January, maybe this month. But I looked for confirmation of that, couldn't find that. And I know Lobo, but I'm not familiar with the character.
Aside from,
so for those of us unfamiliar, Jay and Art anyway, Lobo was created by Roger Slifer and Keith Giffen and first appeared in Omega Men #3 in 1983. And by 1983, I wasn't looking at comics as much as I had been earlier. His home was a planet called Zarnia, CZ, Zarnia, and is an interstellar mercenary bounty hunter with superhuman strength and immortality.
I thought he was more associated with Green Lantern than anybody else.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I'm not.
And do you get
sure.
to the planet through a wardrobe door?
Yes. Yes. Chronicles of
Zarnia.
A Lobo and his motorcycle.
So is he a good guy, anti-hero?
He's
bad guy?
kind of an anti-hero type.
Okay.
You know, I understand that he was created as a satire of all the gritty heroes that were coming along in the 80s. And I'm sure, that being Wolverine and some of the other ones that were just kind of the gritty, dark heroes.
He always reminded me of the DC version of Wolverine.
Yeah.
With the red eyes and the red and
And you wonder if they're going to play him more like Deadpool, that kind of thing.
But he didn't break fourth wall.
No,
in
he
the
didn't.
comics.
But I just wonder, as kind of people are saying that he should be in an R-rated movie instead of a PG-13, which I'm sure Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow will be.
Yeah.
Anyway, and you're familiar with the actress that's playing Supergirl, right?
I've forgotten.
From
Millie Alcock.
From House of the Dragons.
Yeah. So that means that she and Jason Momoa both have a tie into that universe as well.
Jason Momoa?
He was the...
he was Khal Drogo.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was Khal Drogo. That's right. What'd you say? Whoa!
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, there it goes. What'd you say, Jay?
Was he in Game of Thrones?
Yeah, he was Khal Drogo. He died off in the first 3 seasons. So.
Yeah.
He in the...
Not spoiler.
You're not going to watch it. You're not going to watch it at all. In fact, I've
watched the first season.
I'm about to cancel HBO Max.
Are you really?
My segment. Yeah, I'm upset. I'm really upset.
Okay,
but we'll
cover that.
Afterwards. But
okay.
Welcome, Jason. Welcome back,
Yeah.
Jason Momoa.
And a lot of people are saying, he's already played a character, doesn't need to play another character. But I think we're kind of over that.
Well, that ties into my geek of the week.
Good. You want to go next?
I want to go next because that ties in. So we all know that our DJ, Robert Downey Jr., is coming back to the Marvel Universe.
Yes.
It has been confirmed that Chris Evans is coming back.
I saw that.
The speculation is he's going to be like a twisted version of the Captain America Steve Rogers that we're familiar with.
Yeah.
Because there's rumors that Haley Atwell will reprise a live-action Captain Carter.
Okay.
In the next wave of movies. So pick up where she left off from multitude of madness, whatever Doctor Strange 3 was officially. Was that Strange 3 or 2? That was Strange 3, wasn't it?
Strange
or 2?
2.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah. Who knows? Yeah. Jay may know, but
I don't.
Multiverse of Madness, otherwise known as
I do know that.
The Red Witch, the Scarlet Witch soap opera series.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, there's speculation that he will play a Steve Rogers from her universe. She will appear somehow, some way, and gets us to Doomsday quicker that way.
Okay.
So I'm curious if
have you seen who might be playing?
Who what?
Who Chris Evans might be playing?
No, nobody knows.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. It may be a Hydra version of Steve Rogers.
That's what I've seen. Is that that's the speculation that he's going to be like Hydra Supreme or whatever.
Yeah. So he becomes somewhat like the Winter Soldier. So anyway, should be very, very interesting. And yet again, we recycle people into.
Yeah, and I like it already kind of felt a little stunt casting with Robert Downey Jr. This kind of seems like a little bit more of that, but we'll see.
He needs the money, probably.
Yeah,
I doubt it. As much money as he made. So, but that's
all of them. Yeah, should be.
That's going to be pretty interesting. I would love to see more of Captain Carter.
I'm for that. I think that sounds good. But
yeah. But anyway, we'll see what happens.
When does all that happen? When do we?
Who knows?
The first wave.
Are they about to start shooting?
Have y'all watched What If yet?
No, okay. I
watched the first season, but I haven't watched any of the remainder.
I watched the first 2 seasons. Watched the first episode of the third. It's okay.
I enjoyed the first season. I just never got
first season. I thought was fun, and then they kind of, I don't know,
jumped the shark.
Yeah, I was going to beat a dead horse, but
anyway, close enough.
Yeah.
So I'm irritated with Max, and I'm about to cancel my subscription. If anybody is listening out there, which we've established they're not.
Maybe JD has something to do.
Maybe JD. So midnight on December 31, they took the West Wing off Max. Oh. So the West Wing has disappeared, and you cannot find it on a streaming service without paying specifically for the West Wing.
Should have watched it when I had the chance.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to kill Max.
But Johnny Quest is back after a 2 or 3 year departure from Max.
It's not enough to hold me there. Finished Dune Prophecy. There's nothing else I'm watching on Max. I have the West Wing ripped to my Plex account, so I will be watching and saving money if I want to watch the West Wing off Plex. But yeah, I can't believe
we have that deal where we have Disney, Hulu, and Max. which remember I mentioned that a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
Which is a strange partnership. So
It really is.
Yeah.
Because it's usually Disney, Hulu, and ESPN
ESPN
Plus.
Plus, yeah.
So apparently, if you subscribe to Max through Amazon Prime, you can continue with the first season of The West Wing.
Okay.
But no.
It's really getting confusing, and it's getting to be where I think YouTube TV, which is our source for, regular TV, including sports packages, is going up $10 a month. Yep. So,
but it's still cheaper than what DirecTV was.
Yeah, but you start to add all this stuff up, and you go, wow.
Oh yeah, we're back where we were.
Yeah, we're still paying the same. It's just for different
and
stuff.
you'll pay for the whole service for one show. So.
Yeah.
I got a message this morning that I had just resubscribed to another year of BritBox, which we weren't even sure we still had, but apparently we do. So
Well, you know what?
gotta find that password.
I do think my subscription to DC Universe ends in April,
I don't believe that.
and this may be the year.
I don't believe that at all.
Be the year.
Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do it right here on this show. I am canceling HBO Max. Confirmed. You're gone, baby. There you go.
You'll get to email it, and before the show's over, are you sure? We'd like to sweeten the deal for you.
Yeah, there's no sweetening available. So I'm subscribing to Apple TV Plus, Paramount Plus, and Disney Plus.
Okay.
And Netflix. I think I'm about to kill Netflix as well.
And you have Amazon Prime just because.
Yeah, Amazon Prime pays for itself with shipping.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I've really enjoyed Paramount Plus.
We have stars again.
Because we're all made of stars.
Because Outlander, and I don't think she. Oh, I forgot we haven't had that.
Yeah.
So we have Apple TV for Silo and then Severance, and we haven't watched either one of those yet. Or of course, Severance not out yet, but we haven't watched Silo.
You need to catch up on Silo.
Yeah.
So
we'll do that now that the
started.
holiday chaos is over.
Yeah.
Well, I have viewing for you guys. You have to watch the Yacht Rock documentary. We have to do that episode soon.
Yacht Rock Dog.
Yacht
Rock Dog.
Oh my!
I like that.
No. All I've got to say is Toto. The guys who played in Toto played on everything.
Oh wow!
They were the backing band for Thriller.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. And Michael McDonald.
He sings on everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it just a single episode?
Yeah, it's a 90-minute long documentary.
Okay.
And
yeah, we started to watch that the other day.
Oh, it's great.
Is it Netflix?
No, it's what I just canceled. It's on Max.
We still haven't watched. Thanks for because I was thinking it was on something else.
No, it's on Max.
So we were going to watch Kings of Tupelo yet. Have y'all both watched that?
No, but I want to.
You watched it, right?
No, I haven't. But
okay, well maybe we could do that one later. Then.
Have you watched?
We were going to watch it New Year's Eve.
Yeah,
and we both thought that's going to be kind of a downer for New Year's Eve. So we watched Carry On, which is
Wayward Son.
No, it's supposed to be like Die Hard in the Air. It was a new.
That was Passenger 57.
Yeah, but that's how many do we have? How many do we have? That's supposed to be Die Hard on a bus with speed, But
Days of Thunder.
Jason Bateman and
no, that was
Jason
Top
Bateman
Gun.
and Taron
Kingsman guy.
Yeah,
how was it?
It was okay. I mean, it was entertaining and fun.
Did you guys watch Red One?
Yeah.
I loved Red One.
Okay, maybe
and
we
also
should do Red
listen
One
to our
then.
podcast when I was so defiant.
All right.
Yeah, you really were.
Oh man,
Jay, have you really watched it?
I have really watched it this time, and as I watched, I got about 5 minutes into it. I was like, nope, hadn't seen this before.
I really enjoyed that. I mean, I know it
apologies.
was, for what it was, but it was just entertaining throughout.
It was. It was a lot of fun. I had to force the boys to watch it. They're like, we heard it sucked. It's
Yeah.
like, no, it's fun.
Yeah, it was
Come
good.
on, it's The Rock. It's J.K. Simmons. It's Chris
yeah.
Evans.
Yeah.
And
Lucy Liu.
Lucy Liu. It was quite fun. Really enjoyed Red One.
Yeah.
But I think Krampus was my favorite.
Yeah, Krampus was pretty
fun.
good.
Of course he was. So, but all right. Well, you have a geek.
I have
right?
a geek too. Yeah. I got us a place. We've been talking about going to Vegas, right? So,
Yeah, we have.
I found us a place to stay. It's only 3 hours from Vegas,
Not doing it.
and it's in the maybe you just make it an adjacent trip.
No.
Is it
But
Pahrump?
you're going to love this, Robbie, because
I am?
because of what you're going to tell us about after the break. This is a place called Outpost X, and it's like 100 acres of Utah desert. They've gone in and created this Star Wars sort of village. You can stay in. There's 3 different. They call them Cave 1, Cave 2, and then there's like a deluxe cave. And one of them kind of looks like the houses where Luke
Uncle Owen
grew
and
up.
Baru.
Yeah, it looks kind of that.
And you could get like burned by lights. I mean, by
for an extra $5,000, we'll burn you.
So it has houses like that, or there's something called a dome. Let's see what it's called, a Zen dome, and it's like a mirrored box where that's where you can relax, and there's the little kitchenette in the bathroom, and then there's a dome where the bedroom is, and you can actually see the stars and all that. And then there's something called a Viking tent. I couldn't really get any details on that, but it's just a hotel. But
the full property buyout's $5,000.
$5,000, right? But they have
What?
They have sand cruisers.
What?
That you can ride around on the desert. And the thing is, they're like battery powered, and you've only got 30 minutes to.
They're like golf carts.
Probably,
Yeah.
But it really does look like a
That's
thing.
cool.
It's really cool. So you can get a day pass. So it could be a day trip from Vegas, and for like $57, you can go and you can ride the sand cruiser, and you can watch
speeder.
a movie, land speeder. Well, they call it a sand cruiser
Because they don't
here.
have the
Copyrighted
trademark.
for
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the drinking horn souvenir? Did you get into that?
You have to get you have to rent a room before you can buy there's a lot of add-ons like the drinking horn. They have a mocktail bar. It's kind of like a BYOB thing. There's no restaurant, but you can sign up for the culinary package, and they'll bring you. It's basically like Blue Apron. They bring you all the ingredients, and you cook it in your little kitchenette.
All right.
But I mean, it looks like a fun little.
And they have laser swords.
They didn't show any. Now,
It's bring your own lightsaber.
yeah, and they have
no,
these
you can't use that
trampolines,
term.
like in the ground, sunken trampolines that I guess and they show people with their lightsabers bouncing around on the trampolines,
Cool.
fighting. But
I'm trying to get my lightsaber on.
There it is.
Yeah.
you're getting ahead of yourself there. We also knocking down your
shelf.
the studio is under
I thought
attack.
2025 was going to be our year to go video.
No.
But anyway, I mean, it's not ridiculous. Of course, if you want to buy it out, it's $5,000. But the tent is $129 a night. The caves are
And there's
around
inhabitants
400,
there.
475. That was what was interesting because you can also rent clothes or costumes. And the inhabitants, I think, are like the staff.
Yeah.
But they're given these character descriptions about what they are, and they're all dressed up, and supposedly you can rent clothing that sort of matches one of those characters.
This is just weird.
A little, but kind of
A
cool.
little?
A little kind of cool too.
Okay. Yeah.
If you had a little extra fundage that you just
I have plenty of other things to do. I mean, I'm thinking, how can we? Because it's billed as a cinematic off-grid sanctuary. Leave the world behind to discover a new you.
Yeah.
Man, we could rent clothes out at the cabin. I mean, come on. You know what? I could put a Viking tent up.
you can put a Zen dome up.
Yeah, man.
out there.
Absolutely. We could do
So
the
what
whole,
you do is you
do the
that's-
whole Bigfoot
yeah.
experience.
That's like the forests of indoor.
That's right.
There you go.
Yeah.
Except there weren't pine trees in the forest. of Endor. But
Drive a little 4-wheeler and paint it up to look like a
yeah,
whatever the Ewoks rode around in.
tour the property with our audio sand cruiser tour. Custom
woods.
one-of-one hand-built sand cruisers for all guests to enjoy.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's included.
The woods
Day
of
pass,
South
too.
Indoor.
So how'd you find this?
It popped up on Instagram. Just
As things do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not on Instagram much at all. Ever.
I'm probably on Instagram more than anything else.
I think I am too.
Yeah. So
If
all
I
right.
want real news, I go to Facebook. But if I'm just want entertainment, I go to
That's
Instagram.
Wow. All right. Well, that wraps it for the first segment. Now it's time for
Jay's Regrettable Segment. Yes, Jay's Regrettable Segment today brought to you by the Life Alert Necklace and System. Yes, occasionally you may take a regrettable fall during the Christmas holidays, and all your family will be worried because you've hit your head, but no one will know you've fallen, including your wife, who keeps asking, "Where are you?" and then doesn't hear, "Hey, I'm laying out here on the ground."
I've
So
fallen.
the Life Alert,
I can't
Life
get up.
Alert System helps you when you have fallen
And
and
can't get up.
So is this personal experience?
Did you not see my video?
Oh, that's right.
I forgot that connection.
I forgot that connection too. So did you actually lay out there for a few minutes and your wife?
It felt like 10 minutes. According to the camera, it was actually less than a minute. But she's like, "Where are you? Where are you?" And I'm like, "I've fallen. I can't get up."
Oh, wow. Okay.
So
Well, today's, you know what? Since we're starting a new year, I think
let me
I
just
should
add
say,
this. Supposedly, the Apple Watch is supposed to do the same thing. It did not.
Oh, wow.
it
So
didn't
the
call
Apple
for help.
Watch didn't monitor your fall.
That's right.
Good to know. So if I pass out laughing, I can't count on my Apple Watch to let
It's not gonna
anybody
help.
know.
You got to get a life alert.
Yeah. Or
better
as,
watch.
Or as when Mark was young, he told Bonnie he needed wife alert.
Wife alert.
She needed wife alert.
Yeah.
Mom, you need to get wife alert. So yeah.
That's what we need is a wife alert.
That sounds like $1 million idea.
Ooh, yeah. It's probably something we can install on our wife's phones without them knowing.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. That's a $1 million idea.
Good thing they don't listen.
All right, what you got?
Okay, this week it's Nemesis, and I did want to say too
Nemesis.
that when we originally started this, we thought we
Are you
could do it
calling
in a
me
year.
an
We
art-
did not.
No, we started last year, did we?
We started the beginning of last year, but we'll finish this year if we are consistent.
Wait, are you calling me your nemesis or nemesi?
Namaste.
Nemesis.
Nemesi.
Namaste.
This one I think has hope. So here's
He
the deal.
didn't turn
Did
it down.
not answer.
We are his ops, is what it is in what the kids call it these days. We're ops.
Yeah.
And that means
Opponent.
opponents. Oh,
No, but yeah,
I
we're
don't know
your
the
ops.
lingo.
Don't be my op.
Okay.
It's a little sus that you didn't say anything.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's get into
no
it.
cap, Jay. Actually, Jay has a cap on, so maybe it is.
Well, let me give you the tea of this superhero. I don't know if that's the right lingo or not, but created by Richard.
None of us are
we don't
sure.
know. Richard Hughes posing as Zev Zimmer and Pete Costanza. They're the writers.
Okay.
Writers, drawers, whatever, artists. Adventures into the Unknown number 154 was his initial appearance. And this is a 1965 American Comics Group.
American Comics Group. Okay.
I love this story, this origin story. However else we vote, the origin story is hilarious. So the guy's name was Steve Flint. I'm having trouble reading through my microphone stuff here. He was a
You
police
haven't
detective.
memorized this yet? I thought that's what you...
No. He was a hard-boiled police detective, and he was killed.
He was a bad egg.
He was killed by a mob boss named Garrotti, run over by a train, right? Okay, so he goes to the afterlife, and it's called the Unknown, and apparently there's a backlogged admission system into the afterlife.
This is good to know.
So
It's like a bad Piers Anthony.
So he took advantage of the backlog to request that he be allowed to go back to Earth to avenge his murder.
Yeah.
Well, the Grim Reaper at the time was a new hire. Also,
That's not like an eternal job.
apparently not. Also a victim of the same Garrotti. So the same guy had killed the new Grim Reaper. So he was, sympathetic to Mr. Flint and said, yeah, sure, why not go back? And also, let me give you this outfit. Striped shorts, and a hood. For what that's worth. So he's got a costume, sends him back, and of course he avenges his death. He pushes Garrotti into the path of a blazing rocket exhaust, and apparently he's so good at fighting murderers and crooks that the Grim Reaper lets him stay. He has powers like he's basically omnipotent, can fly, strong, turn invisible, walk through walls, like a ghost would, read minds, change the size, travel through time. The limitations though are what are interesting. He had to be wary of.
Oh, lightsaber speaks.
He had to be careful of poison gas, and to be wary of drowning.
Okay.
So I don't know how that plays into ghost lore, but
That's
in any
bizarre.
case,
Yeah.
So he's already dead. But
Did he have
careful not to die.
did he appear as a human person, or was he always just the unknown?
Yeah, he's got
A secret identity?
I don't think he had a secret identity. However, we'll get to this in a second.
Oh.
He may have, because it didn't give another name. But the other thing that could kill him was strong light. Could turn him really weak.
Strong light.
Kind of a
How strong?
powerful illumination. It didn't say. Just made
No
him
Kelvin
weakly vulnerable to
indication?
mortal weapons.
Okay.
But he had a girlfriend, a mortal earthly girlfriend named Lita Craig. And the Grim Reaper kind of thought this was a bad idea. But anyway, he had a high-rise apartment somewhere in the unknown when he came back. Anyway, it's just weird. But he lasted a few years apparently. Didn't say have any issues or whatever, but he did have a few, earthly girlfriend, but weird powers. But the story was, I just thought the story was hilarious. So I think this is definitely redeemable. Or
He reminds me of
not
the
regrettable.
Spectre. Same kind of thing. He was brought back to avenge his death, and still posed as a. Trying to see when he came about.
Well, I tell you,
But the 1940s when he came about. And he was also created by Jerry Siegel. Wow, who knew?
Busy guy.
But yeah, I would say definitely I'd want to see more of this.
Yeah.
so it reminds me a lot of the book On a Pale Horse by Peter Anthony, where that was his Incarnations of Immortality debut, where all these incarnations had mortal office holders. So Death was actually a guy who killed the previous Death, and so he ends up, and he has to go around and he collects souls, but he only collects the souls that are like closest to imbalance, and he's got to basically go through and see what's better, good or bad, and then send them to one of the two places. And the big reveal at the end of the first of the first book is that God is the incarnation of good, and the devil is the incarnation of evil. So those are not eternal officers. Those are incarnations like the other five. So that reminds me somewhat of that. So that's from
But I do think
1983.
I think the possibilities in the afterlife world building are kind of cool for that too.
Yeah. And the relationship, you got some drama there.
You just want the pants. The shorts is what you want. The striped shorts.
The Grim Reaper didn't sound too grim to me, though. I have to say, he seemed a little
pretty laid
fashion conscious, and the relationship.
But if you had to wear striped shorts like that, you would feel pretty grim too. So. But anyway, all right. Well, that does it for our first long segment. We're going to come back. We're going to talk our Christmas presents up next. And we're back, the post-Christmas, post-New Year's Eve show. We're going to talk what we got for Christmas other than our two front teeth. So, Art, we're going to let Jay go first.
Yeah, good deal.
So, Jay, walk us through your Christmas loot, and what was your favorite gift?
Well, I'm not going to say favorite because I'm not looking to make any ops here in my family.
There we go. Yeah.
But I did have some. I'm going to share some highlights. How about that?
You do that.
That works. Okay. All right. So I'm actually, since we're not on camera, like we said, I did get a nice Ole Miss hat from my wife.
Is that it right there?
Yeah.
Did you have on? I like that.
Yep. And guess where she got it?
Where?
Dollar General.
No
She
kidding.
really did. It's a nice. I mean,
It's a very nice
you may
hat.
not like it, Robbie, but
I kind of.
but
got
I
it.
thought it was a
made.
great, nice
Yeah.
hat, and then she got it at the DG.
For how much?
She didn't say.
Oh.
She didn't say.
It wasn't $1.
No, probably $1.25.
Dollar General here in Starkville?
Yeah.
That's unusual.
Oh no, it's not actually. That Dollar General has had Ole Miss stuff on the regular.
Really?
around here.
That's the only place you can buy it around here.
It's kind
I
of
didn't
fun
know
if
you
you
could
go to
anywhere.
Marshalls or go to some of the like even I forget the other place. There's some other places in town. You'd go and you'd find the Ole Miss stuff, and they wouldn't have any state stuff, but they'd have Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Stuff. I think it's like a corporate shipping thing. Mississippi, let's send the Mississippi stuff here. But anyway,
Yeah.
so that, and she gave me some really nice crystal glasses with like the Lyceum symbol kind of etched into the side. I mean, they're really heavy, really nice. So looking forward to some iced tea in those.
Just iced tea?
Yep, water, iced tea. My parents gave me a fire pit, a new fire pit, because
Nice.
my fire pit died. I'm on my third one now.
How'd your
so-
fire pit die? Did you
Burned
shoot
out,
it?
rusted out.
Rusted out the bottom.
Okay.
And I got it from the side of the road. So anyway, it was already started, and by the time I
Is
finished,
it
I
a
just
truck
finished it up.
ram?
It's a barrel. Gallon barrel. No, it's actually ordered a nice one this time. Or my parents did. So, and I think I've told you this. My big gift was going to be, in a few weeks, we're going to Memphis to see the Steve Martin Short show. That was going to be our big gift, and then we just decided that was going to be our family gift to each other instead of just my Christmas gift. So that's coming in a few weeks, and I'm very excited about that.
The only Steve's in the building tour.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
Stephen Martin.
Yeah.
But the geekiest thing I got that fits our genre was the box set the Umbrella Academy comics
yeah,
slash
that's right.
graphic novels. Jacob gave me that. I think he and I had either talked about it or he had heard us talk about it on here. That I'd watched the show and wanted to read the comics, and so he researched, and we think this is the complete collection.
Yeah.
Very nicely done. The artwork is great. The story is, I don't know if have y'all read them at all.
Nope.
Okay, so the story, and have you watched the show?
No.
Nope.
Okay, well, I'll just talk to myself over here in the corner. Well, I'll just say that the characters are, I mean, the thread is the same.
Yeah.
Some of the characters are a little different in their powers and how they're portrayed, but still very neat. And I don't have all the details at my disposal, but one of the creators was actually a member of a band and was kind of dabbling in cartooning and was contacted by somebody else. And so it was kind of, it has a cool little origin story as well. So anyway, very excited about that. I've read the first of the 3 that came, and it was cool. So anyway, that's it.
Cool.
I mean, that's not everything, but that's what I picked.
Those
out
are the
as my
highlights.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very nice.
Lauren hasn't come yet, so who knows what she will bring.
Yeah, so Mark didn't give me a Christmas present last year. Oh, it's on its way. I got it off TikTok. And, again, this year.
Still waiting?
Yeah, we're waiting on the 2024 edition of the Mark's Christmas present for Dad. So, but I got some fun stuff. But, Art, why don't you go while I tried to get mine?
Okay. Our big thing was our trip to Washington.
Okay,
So,
yeah.
Walla Walla.
So we went to Bellingham, Washington to see our son Drew. Our son Will went with us. So the 3 of us went up, and that was kind of a big thing. Had a great
I didn't
trip.
realize that Will went.
Yeah,
That's
Will
nice.
went.
I didn't
So-
see him in the pics.
Yep. So you did see him?
Did not.
Did you look at the pics?
I think you sent just like 2 pics. So.
Oh, okay. I posted them on
I didn't
the
know.
socials as well.
I
Instagram.
haven't been to the socials.
Yeah. So, yeah, we had a great trip there. I got the iPhone, which was another one of my Christmas gifts, which I got very early because my other phone just kind of died. So, went ahead and got that iPhone 16 Pro, which I'm excited about. And then got some great books, beer, Beam Me Up, and Buster Keaton. Drew gave me a book on Buster Keaton and his impact on modern filmmaking and cinema, which will be cool. And also got a sweatshirt from him, too. Will's kind of like, in a financial place where he's like, "Hey, I'll give you a present next year," and that's fine. That's absolutely fine. But
Mark
I did
doesn't
get-
have that.
Yeah,
Yeah, he doesn't have that excuse.
I did get, and I don't think I sent you all a picture of this or not, but a pair of nacho cheese Doritos socks.
Oh,
yes, you did. You
Yeah,
sent them.
yeah,
So that was cool.
yeah.
Now, was it as a result of the discussion that we had?
No, I mean,
Okay.
she knows that she's known forever that that's one of my favorite foods. I sat by a baby. Did I tell you this? Sat by a woman with the baby on the way home.
You didn't
from
feed that baby nacho cheese Doritos.
No, his wife, his mother did. His mother did. I'm sitting there, and I just loved it. It was great. He ate those things up. And you sit down, you see a baby sitting beside you, and he was a 1.5-year-old. But you think, oh, this is going to be, and he was just the best kid. He was a great kid.
'Cause he likes nacho
when
cheese.
When he broke those nacho cheese Doritos, I said, that's my favorite. And he would hold them up to me, and then he'd pull them away. And I'm like, dang, that's brutal, man.
Obviously didn't know your affinity for the Doritos.
No,
but
he did not know that. But I did tell him it was my favorite. But
Yeah.
I don't know that it registered.
probably not. He's like, oh, I'm just gonna-
And I went to Buc-ee's both for the first and second time
Yeah.
on the trip. So yeah.
In Washington?
No, in Alabama.
Okay,
The drive
okay.
up. Yeah.
So you'd never been to Buc-ee's? Well, we talked about this, didn't
Yeah,
we?
yeah.
Now, what'd you think of Buc-ee's?
It was probably, I mean, it was fun. It was great, but it was, kind of like, I think maybe it was overhyped for me, but,
Man,
You need to order a bigger one. I think that's the problem.
think so?
Oh, yeah.
which one did
Okay.
you go to?
The one in Decatur. We did
Decatur.
see Alabama.
That's the one we went to.
Yeah.
It's a big enough Buc-ee's.
I'm just saying, it was fine, but, it's fine.
So now all 3 of us have been to the same Buc-ee's.
Whoops.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
gonna get
activating my
Count Duke-
lightsaber. So
Count Dooku here.
Yeah, that's
we
right.
did see on the way back. We did see people get banned from Buc-ee's, and I don't know if that's for life or not. But they were
Wow.
some
I think
teenage kids, and they were yelling obscenities from the bathroom. And the guy saw them going in and came right behind them. All right, time to go. Let's go. And so he's rounding up this group of about 5 teenage boys, and he said, "Get out of here! Don't come back."
Wow.
Will wasn't in that group, was he?
No, he's not a teenage boy.
No, he's not. But he could play one on television.
He
So,
could, I guess. But
so Well, cool.
Yeah, so it was fun.
Fun trip. You got Buc-ee's.
Oh, yeah. It was good.
Did you?
No, we didn't dislike Buc-ee's, but I was just kind of like, I thought it would be
We
life-changing.
built it up quite a bit here.
And I don't know that it was life-changing.
Well, for some people's lives, it was changing.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, I'm. This is my present. I got 2 lightsabers.
That's too cool.
Yeah. So I finally.
Now, did you
swing
pick
that
those
thing.
out, or were those a surprise, or did you know?
So I'm always asked, what do I want for Christmas? Because I'm the hardest person to buy for.
Yeah.
That's really awesome. And I decided, you know what? I wanted a real lightsaber. Not a real lightsaber because those don't exist, but a real replica. And so I did a little bit of shopping. I sent Bonnie a link and got a Luke Skywalker, or as they call it, the Sky Glider 3.0.
Okay.
Yeah. And then they threw in a spare, I think it's called the Elite Saber, a secondary lightsaber. It's a polycarbonate blade. And they're pretty friggin' awesome.
Yeah.
So
and you can hit them.
you
hard,
can, yeah. What was really fun is Christmas Day, Bonnie's folks, my folks came over, but my mother-in-law loved them for some reason.
That's hilarious.
And so she was playing with the dogs with one, and then she and Bonnie, crossed swords.
You said as that. That's funny.
So I didn't know which one was the Sith and which one was the Jedi. Insert mother-in-law joke here. But yeah, a lot of fun. I mean, this is probably, and then also, we had gone to, when we were in Hot Springs, Arkansas, we went to a record store, and I've started to get into vinyl pretty hard. And there was a pretty good copy of Christopher Cross's first album, and she bought it for me, and we'd both forgotten she'd bought it for me. And so that was one of my Christmas presents as well.
Yeah.
But got a blanket and a few other things, but I really, really am digging lightsabers.
Yeah,
I think Jay wants one.
Sure, why not? I mean, who wouldn't?
Yeah, that's right. So we could have our own lightsabers.
Yeah,
and our
I've got
lightsaber.
one that was like, the ones that they had at Barnes and Noble or whatever years ago. I think it's the same people I think it's the same ones at the Darth. What did you have?
Darth Maul?
No, you had.
Here's the Darth Maul one right here.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I've got that, and I keep. I had it up on the fireplace mantle at one point with this little display thing on it.
Yeah.
And I mean, Drew had some friends coming over, and he's like, "This cannot stay up here." And I was up there just as a joke. I mean, it wasn't something we left up there forever, but I had put it up there. No, you got to take this down. I got to take this down. I'm like, oh, no, that really makes me want to just. I'm going to come walking into the room with it, or whatever. But it's got a solid blade, but it does. I don't think it would. It's meant to be hit like you were hitting those.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, they're pretty fun. A lot of fun. So. But yeah, good Christmas, and then we went to New Orleans prior to the event of, New Year's Eve night. I guess it'd be early New Year's morning.
3:15. They said.
Yeah, so we were
January 1st.
Bonnie and I were real close to there. Like 16 hours previous. Yeah. So
just a tragic thing.
Yeah, just horrible. And we did. You didn't mention former President Carter passing away.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I thought about that. Yeah, but 100 years old.
Yeah,
damn,
just nuts. Absolutely nuts.
Peanuts. So.
Oh.
But I mean, you talk about somebody that, regardless of how you feel about his politics or whatever, but in terms of living a life of service, I mean, it's hard to imagine anybody that did more.
I just finished a
really to me after his left office.
Oh yeah, his post presidential career was just unbelievable. I mean, what he did was pretty incredible. I just finished a podcast called Landslide, produced by NPR, and it goes back and it traces the Reagan. Ford Carter from 76 to 80, that whole, just absolutely fascinating. Some things that I never knew about that whole era. And you guys, I don't know that you remember this or not, but Reagan came kind of out of nowhere to challenge Ford for the nomination in 76, and it proposed basically a co-presidency with Gerald Ford, and then that got shot down. Then Carter comes out of nowhere to win the nomination, and then that propels Reagan into office in 80.
Well, after Ford pardoned Nixon, I mean, there was although I think the election was actually closer than people thought it would be, but it was hard to imagine that he would win. But the first time I was ever on radio, I did an impersonation of Jimmy Carter, which I don't think I can do anymore. But anyway, that's what you called, and it was really an impersonation of Dan Aykroyd from Saturday Night Live doing Jimmy Carter, and they played me on the air. So that sounds kind of cool.
He Mississippi State dug up some photos of when he campaigned in '76. He came to a tailgate or something.
Wow,
So,
that's cool.
yeah. So anyway, all right, that does it this time around. We'll see you guys later on.